Hello, comrades! Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Potato. Cast your eyes upon the loveliness that befalls you of Potatograd. That's right, the industrial area is actually kind of incredible at the moment. I'm really happy with the way that it's turning out. I've not let the game progress any further because I think it's nice just to have a little look and see how far things have come, and things really have come very flippin' far. As far as I can see, it looks like we've got 2 coal trains resting on the aggregate unloading, which is pretty cool. And also 2 trains over at the iron aggregate unloading as well. So, I mean, that's a real endorsement of the fact that we are moving a substantial amount of equipment at the moment. It's just, presumably, that we're not turning it into steel fast enough. Yeah, that's exactly what we like to see. I mean, that's really good. I mean, what can I say? I'm a very happy individual. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's really nice. Okay, anyway, yeah, this is gonna go, just on forever and ever. We don't really want to touch this. As long as it's working, then I'm happy with that. And, if indeed we need to bring another coal or processing plant online, we can do that. But at the moment, I don't really think that anything needs tinkering. We tinkered with pretty much everything that was tinkerable in the last episode, and I must say, it worked out tremendously well. I was very happy with how efficient we were in the last episode. Now, if you have a little look at our balance sheet, at our financial situation, you can see that things are not bad. Things are not bad at all. Over the course of the past, whatever it is, 27 days, you can see that we've actually exported more resources than we have imported, which is quite impressive, and not something that I truly expected to be the case. But that's okay. That's really good. It's exactly what we want to see happening. Mostly oil and fuel and bitumen seem to be exported on a slightly more regular basis than steel is, obviously. But that doesn't really particularly matter for our needs. Anyway, the point that I really want to draw your attention to. That's right, if we go into the import of resources, and we have a little look at what some of the most expensive imports are. Power. Power is the big one. Power is a very big one. Food as well. Food is still surprisingly high, to be honest. I'm a little bit surprised at that. Meat as well is a little bit high as well. Fuel is kind of one of these things where I'm not really that bothered about the fuel situation. We might want to fix that in the future if we're ever able to bridge across this massive bit of water over here. If we are able to ever bridge across this area, then then building a road to each and every fuel depot in order to refuel the fuel stations and the little diesel stations as well. Yeah, that's something that we'll do. But for now, it's absolutely not a priority to fix the fuel cost. That's fine. Chemicals as well. That's reasonably small. Steel, that will, I suspect, trend down towards 0 once we stop importing stuff to build. Electronic components, similar, yeah. And oil as well. Oil, I'm very surprised that we actually imported any oil, frankly. I don't really think that we need to. In fact, I think we're doing such a darn good job of producing oil that I'm actually running out of oil over here. Yeah, we're not doing super great. We're not doing super great at the Oilnovsky oil fuel storage. I mean, that's a good sign because, of course, we want the oil to be moved to the appropriate processing plant, and that is, of course, down next to Kobe over here. And yeah, we're importing, we're importing a little bit. We've got it still on auto import, but I'm actually going to remove that right now, so that now we are only going to use our domestic supply of oil. And if we need to, I'm perfectly happy to extend the sort of network out a little bit, and we can put in some more. We can put in some more oil rigs, and we can start extracting a little bit more oil if needs be. I don't think we're really at that stage yet. Anyway. The point that I'm really trying to make, and I seemingly am continuing to ramble on, is that at the moment, the 2 major expenses that we have, food and power. Or at least these are the 2 major expenses that I'm going to be concerned with over the course of this episode. In order to fix food, it's relatively easy. To be honest, I thought I'd done enough to fix food, frankly. I thought I had done enough to fix food. If I have a little look at the shopping center and have a little look at all related vehicles, I kind of figured that we'd done enough to sort out food deliveries, but apparently that's not the case. It also seems to be that there are a lot of trucks currently in transit, and they're all traveling very, very, very slowly because of the sheer length of this road. That, to me, is a bit of a problem. Not exactly over the moon about that. I mean, what are the chances that we're able to get a little bit of road upgraded? I mean, yeah, I don't think this area is within range of the construction offices. No, that's just about on the just about on the limit there. I mean, I would really, really, really love to get this brand new road up and running as swiftly as possible. If we're able to get this road up and running, then that's gonna at least shave some time off the journey time between the area where the food is produced and the area where the majority of the food is consumed. But it might be worth us, you know, setting up like a construction office down here in order to try and build out the road. Alternatively, I could just build out the road. Either way, something to do with the length of that road needs to happen. And in fact, you know what might be an idea, just whilst I'm over here thinking of solutions right now. I mean, first things first, we can definitely get this road upgraded. We'll auto build using rubles. We've still got 2.5 million in the bank since we took out a little bit of a loan. And then, you know what? Let's just try and cut off the corner. Yeah, let's get this upgraded. In fact, let's not do that. Let's branch off here and then head straight over here and see if we can build a road. That doesn't look like it's going to be possible. However, okay, I'm gonna do. Okay, that was a disaster. I meant to do level height from center as opposed to level average. Okay. There we go. So a reasonably cheap modification. But if we do that, then not only are we going to, you know, bring a brand new gravel road online, which is of course an increase in the top speed, it also cuts off this massive corner, so it defeats, you know, it defeats the need to go back into Kolgradsky in order to go out onto the main road again. Anyway, this whole road needs to be gravelified for sure, but I think I might just try and leave these trucks. I'll leave these trucks to get to their destination before modifying that. Have I got wait until unloaded on here? I don't, although how much food would it take to load out? It would take a fair amount of food. Take a fair amount of food, to be honest. Let's reduce the amount of electronics that we store in the store so that we increase the maximum amount of food. Yeah. Okay. We might need to, you know, sort of check that box in the future, but no matter. Okay, anyway, that is that. Let's talk about what I want to do right here, right now. And actually, it's going to be a pretty darn big construction that we're going to try and fix up right here. So, my thought process basically was, what is the likelihood of me being able to stick a big old power plant right in the center here? I'm kind of thinking that this is the perfect location for the power plant for a couple of reasons. Let me talk you through them. It's right next to the bus stop, which is, of course, very, very important. We need continual people in this power station in order to produce power. That's obvious. Very, very important. And also, it's right next door to the conveyor engine transfer that comes directly from the large aggregate storage. Now, as you can see, there is a slight problem. There's a slight problem with this large aggregate storage, and that is the fact that we are not getting anywhere near enough coal into the large aggregate storage in order to satisfy myself that we're going to be able to keep a power plant fully operational. So what I think we need to do is let's do this. Yeah, so let's start to average out the land a little bit. And then let's see if we can sort of roughly plan a power plant. And then I think we're going to need to get to, if not well, one, if not two extra coal ore processing plants. We're going to need to bring them online in order to ensure that we've got the capacity to process coal for the power plant. Because the power plant doesn't eat coal super quickly, but it does gobble it, that's for sure. Also, the other thing that I was going to mention is we kind of want to future-proof this area because, well, we might at some point wish to circularize this line. I doubt it, frankly, but it's definitely something that we'll need to consider. The other thing that we're going to need to consider is we're probably going to need, at some point, more than one singular power plant. So we need to be constantly aware of the fact that, you know, we need to keep our options open, make sure that we've got the space free to add a second and potentially a third power plant at some point down the road. Yeah, so I did kind of think about whether I wanted to have like a separate aggregate storage for the power plants. You know what? You know, thinking about it again, maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You know, so we get ourselves, what is it? It's is it not in here? It's totally not in there. It's, what am I looking for? It's literally here, yeah. We get ourselves maybe just a small aggregate storage, frankly. That might be all that's required. You know, but just, you know, sort of an interim stage before we get fully into the matter of distributing the coal to the power plant. Right. Let me work through the process of doing this. Okay, so this can go right here. Brilliant. And what I would quite like to do is plan out... Let me see if I can plan out 3 power plants. If I can plan out 3 power plants, then that would at least be a little bit of future-proofing. No, not future-proofing. That's an entirely different thing. Entirely different. Totally different. Totally contrary to what future-proofing is. The grass is going absolutely bananas, by the way. I see it. You see it. Everyone sees it. Okay. It was a very sudden elevation change, but that's fine. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. Not quite good enough, though. I'd ideally like to shift this just over a smidgen. Right, so how many... That's 2 power plants. Okay, so that's basically the capacity for 2 power plants. Now, is 2 power plants going to be enough? I also need to thread a walking route through to this secondary power plant, which I'll do in just a second. Let me take out these cables over here. And we will take a slightly more meandering route. There we go, in order to ensure that we're able to access all of the space that we need in order to build this power plant. Right, disconnect that up, disconnect that, and stick that in there. Okay, 9,000 rubles. We'll build that in just a sec, but let's get the second power plant zoned if at all possible. Whoa, 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 whoa! I did not realize that we weren't paused there. A little bit of a bummer. Okay, let's see if we can level this out a little bit. Move it slowly forward to ensure that it's all perfectly nice and level. Okay, so that's about as close as we can reasonably get it. I think that's all we can really be expected to do. We are going to need to try and get ourselves... Tell you what. Ditch this small aggregate storage and ditch this conveyor engine transfer. I'm not ditching the idea of an aggregate storage. I'm just ditching the location of that small one. Right. Try that over yonder. And see if we can stick a conveyor engine transfer in here. Yeah, now this is going to be a little bit challenging. Angle of connection is too sharp. It's going to be a little bit challenging to get it in here, but I believe we can do it. Okay. So. There we go. That's good. Building is in the way. Okay, that works. That works. That's good for me. That is less of an issue to connect up because we can always do it with a secondary conveyor engine transfer thing. There we go. And there we go. That's not looking too bad at all. It's going to cost a pretty penny to build, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. Okay, roads is the next thing. Are we able to connect? Are we able to connect up with the roads? I think we are. That's not looking too bad at all. Footpaths. Now, that's the next question. Will the footpath actually reach where we want the footpath to go? I.e., will it reach all the way to the back here? I have a funny feeling that it's not going to fit under these engine transfers, and therefore we might need to set up a bespoke people delivery service, a specific bespoke bus route in order to deliver to the secondary power plant. Yeah. That doesn't really sit well with me. The other thing that we need to keep in mind is the conveyor transfer is going to need to come from a different point now. Yeah. I thought that you could deal... on the way out here, but apparently you totally cannot do that. That's a bummer, really. That is a bummer, so we're gonna have to come out of this one then. Okay, I mean, this is somewhat of a setback. Demolish that. Demolish that. Demolish that. I think there is a modded building that crosses roads and has more than one singular input, although apparently I didn't use it on this occasion. So there we go. Anyway, we're sort of faced with the reality that we're going to have to be a little bit more clever with the location of our aggregate storage. That's fine with me. We can absolutely manage to find a clever place for it, but... yeah, okay. Sure. It's not looking too bad. Building in the way. Now, this is where it's going to start to get really shenanigan-y. Will that work? Yeah, I think that's a little bit close, isn't it? I mean, I really, really want to get all of the bits that I'm trying to fit in here. I really want to get them all in here. Like, we can't... well, we can survive without a small aggregate storage. However, I don't really think that that's what we want to do. All right, here's a little bit of a challenging, a little bit of a plan to challenge the normal thought. Okay. Let's move this all the way over here. Yeah. Move this all the way over here. Fit this in, squeeze this in somewhere. It's so close. I really want to adjust. I really, really want to adjust this this conveyor right in the center here. However, I know if I do that, that's going to send us down another deep spending rabbit hole, which I really do not want to do. I was thinking, you know, what if we were to stick... yeah, what if we were to stick it up here? Yeah, do that. Conveyor engine transfer. Right over there. Conveyor engine transfer. Right over here. We able to connect this up to there? No, angle of connection is too sharp. Okay, so immediately we're off to a pretty bad start. However, we'll get it. Don't worry. There we go. That doesn't want to work either. And you presumably don't want to work either. Alternatively, what if we were able to just come off that one? Hill causing obstruction? What if I was able to remove the hill? Maybe that is similarly a little bit of an optimistic promise to make. But if I was able to remove the hill, would you be able to connect up directly? You never know. Stranger things have happened. I think we try that. I think we actually try that. Straight up. Let's give this a shot. Let's give this a shot. I really, really, really want to get a small aggregate storage to fit into the mix here somewhere. You can probably tell that I'm very desperate to have that happen. Okay. It just means that there's another point. Oh, brilliant, 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 brilliant. It just means that there's another point where we can, like, buy resources in if we need to. If we absolutely need to, we can always import resources directly into the small aggregate storage, and that will keep the level of resource going into our power plants consistent. Okay, cool. And then this is gonna chill down here. All right. It's not the way that I originally envisioned it, but I think it's actually better. Yeah, I think it's actually a little bit better. I'm able to fit a footpath under there. Oh, I totally am. That's absolutely exceptional. Will that mean that it's going to be within walking distance? I could always build something really, really cheap here just to see if it would be. Also, this hasn't been producing for the last 15 years because we don't have any power, if I'm not mistaken. Let me build the power pylons. There we go. Just get that built. Get that built so we actually have power over here, eh? Seems like a good idea. And we can resume our coal production. Cool. So, road-wise, we able to fit a road in here? Maybe a road under there. That's a road under there. That's brilliant. I've already communicated to you, dear comrade, that I wish to have as many buildings connected to a road network as possible, so that in the event of, well, I say in the event of, when there is inevitably a fire, I want to make sure that we're able to, you know, get the fire trucks dispatched as quickly as we possibly can. Right. That remains to be seen if that walking distance is going to be doable. If push comes to shove, we can always get a bespoke bus route set up, or even maybe move the bus stop to, like, here. Yeah, since this bus stop only really supplies this prefab factory. Yeah, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Right, so we're not going to build this coal power plant, not at the moment anyway. However, I will fund the construction of all of the conveyor engine transfers. That's absolutely something that we're going to do. There we go. So get them all built. That'll cost us, whatever, 100,000 rubles or something. And then we will build the first power plant just subsequent to building the paths. There we go. Looking good. And it looks like we are acquiring coal. Brilliant. So we're going to, in a sense, prioritize delivering coal into this aggregate storage. So there will always be coal in this aggregate storage before... Tons of gravel. What? We're not moving gravel. Gravel? We ain't moving gravel, my dude. Okay, hopefully that's just a little bug, because we ain't moving gravel, and I don't want to move gravel. Anyway, we are going to store coal. That's absolutely what we want to... to store. Brilliant. Okay, well, I'm a little bit apprehensive about this, because, I mean, this is going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty important for us. Okay, it looks like some trucks are actually already on the job. So it looks like the coal power plant is going to be built by a couple of trucks. There's a couple of prefab panel trucks over there. Anybody going to check out the concrete over here? Anybody going to go and build the concrete truck? Oh, look. Look, this is actually working. We're actually seeing a substantial mobilization. Well, let's stick this in 2x speed. Who am I to say that the trucks can't all be dispatched to go and build the stuff that they need to go and build? I must say, I do like the fact that I am building a whole bunch of stuff domestically now. That is really quite satisfying. Fire has been extinguished. Brilliant. Don't care. Don't care. Trolley buses, yes. I don't actually have any trolley buses yet. That does seem like rather a good objective to pursue. Maybe not in this episode, but certainly the next one for sure. Okay. We're unloading a lot of materials over there. Brilliant. Okay, you know what? I don't think I don't think I'm really particularly bothered about waiting for all of the materials to be delivered to the power plant. Do we have a gravel train yet, by the way? Has there been a single gravel delivery to the gravel zone? There has not been a delivery to the gravel zone. Let me go and check on the gravel train. It might still be in the depot. Still be picking up. It's actually just left. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The gravel, by the way, is working perfectly. It's working perfectly. The only thing that we really need to do is upgrade this road to a gravel road. And, well, first and foremost is probably increase the number of trucks that we have operating in this area. Or operating between the quarries and the gravel processing plant. If we do that, then we will sort our gravel production out forever. But I'm not particularly bothered about the amount of gravel that I'm making at the moment. There's a fire over here. I think that's accessible, he said, very optimistically. It is accessible. It's definitely accessible. This is what I talked about. There's always going to be fires, without a shadow of a doubt. We get through here. Might as well, you know, whilst I'm in the area, build a couple more roads. There we go. Fire truck is called and is headed to the location. Brilliant. Yeah, it is a little bit embarrassing how the central thoroughfare of Kolgradsky is a dirt road. But that's not my problem, per se. And so, therefore, I'm not bothered about it. Not even slightly. Not even slightly. Anyway. Okay, thankfully, one fire truck managed to get through the center. And is able to start extinguishing the fire whilst he waits for his little buddy fire truck. Brilliant. Okay, we still got 2.3 million rubles left, which is phenomenal. Yeah, where did my gravel train go? Gravel train is over here. It's gonna take a while for it to arrive, but it kind of is essential for it to arrive. Okay, I think I just want to build this. I think I just want to auto-complete it. I know I could wait for it to get done, but I don't really want to. It is gonna cost me 261,000 rubles, though, which is a tremendously large amount of money. Yeah, but there is no way that we're going to be able to supply, you know, 287 tons of steel, 7.3 tons of mechanical components, or 3.7 tons of electrical components. That's just not feasible, I'm afraid. It's just not feasible. Also, one singular worker is being picked up from town and taken to the bus stop. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. Right, you know what? Just fund it. Just get it done. It's really important that we get it done anyway. This does not need to be built at the moment, so we'll suspend the construction of that. How much coal do we have in there? Not enough is the answer to that question. Not enough. In fact, we just need more coal in general. And not really raw coal. It's processed coal that we need. You're waiting, presumably, to get into the iron area. That's a bit of a bummer, actually. Kind of anticipated that we would perhaps be done with one of these trains. I guess it's just the way that the cookie crumbles, right? Both of these trains are super low on iron ore. And so, therefore, they're going to be holding up traffic for a little time. But we'll get out of there in just a second. There we go. Yep, get out of there. Let this train in, and then let the gravel train go and do his thing, and drop off all of the resource at the large aggregate storage right over here. Gravel, brilliant. Okay, good stuff. Since circularizing the network, by the way, everything seems to be running just a heck of a lot smoother. Kind of as I said it would. It's just all worked. It's just all worked, and that makes me very, very happy. We're missing coal. Yeah, that's not so good. So now it looks like we've run out of raw coal. Yeah, so we've run out of raw coal to process, which is really not good, and makes me think seriously that we need yet more coal delivery trains, like raw coal delivery trains. Yeah, I think we have to get more of those. Is this road being finished yet? It's still ongoing. How are we still not done that road? All of these trucks. Oh, no. I didn't realize we hadn't funded that. We hadn't funded that road. Oh man, that means that all of the benefits that I talked about from having a more direct route to Potatograd were null and void. Okay, well that is what it is. What's up? Why is this not working? Unload 100% of everything and it ain't working. Destination is full. Building is without power supply. Really? So this building by itself is without a power supply. You're kidding. I think... Yeah, I think this building is the only one... Or this building is the only one... Yeah, this building is the only one in the entire area that doesn't have a power supply. That's frankly astounding. I'm amazed by that. Okay, I'm not angry. I'm just surprised. I guess it does. Okay, fine. Let's put this in here then. And disconnect that, and instead connect that up. And we'll see if that makes any difference. There we go, demolish that building. I demolished a wire, that's fine. Okay, does it work now? No it doesn't. It will work after the substation's built. There we go, it works. What a weird one, eh? What a weird one. Well, I'm delighted that it ended up working though. Also, this needs to be fixed. I haven't rectified this area yet in terms of signalage. So you come in through here, that gets added to there. There's only one gravel train at the moment anyway, so it actually doesn't matter. That doesn't even need to be a chain signal, it just needs to be a singular. Just a signal like that, to be honest, is completely fine. There we go. Yeah, that's looking okay. Yeah, I think we just need more coal. We just need way more coal. We need way more coal. And something else that I will do is I will continue construction of this Potatograd ore processing plant right here. It's not been hooked up to the road network yet. However, I think it probably will be able to. He says very confidently, without looking at the landscape around the area. Oh, looks good. Looks good. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to at least start work on building this building by hand. There we go. Too sharp a turn. Let's use the road removal tool to make sure that we don't accidentally destroy one of the very important conveyor belts. All right, we got a power plant. We got a power plant, and we're actually making flipping power. Can you believe it? That is a Christmas miracle if ever I've seen one. Okay, yeah, we should, as I say, be prioritizing. We should be prioritizing. I say prioritizing is the wrong term. 50% of the coal output is going to be, you know, pushed into the steel mill, and 50% is going to be pushed into the small aggregate storage, coming from this conveyor transfer, you know, coming directly from the large aggregate storage. However, the point is that this has got a backlog. This has got a backlog that is directly reserved for use in power plants, whereas this source can be split amongst, you know, the cement plant, the steel mill, anything else. No, that's it. But, you know, that's a very focused small aggregate storage, as opposed to this, which is a much more general one. But cool, that's good to note. You guys are going to start working on the coal ore processing plant, so that's going to help me keep costs down fairly substantially. And I tell you what, we might as well link this one up as well whilst we're over here. There we go. And up over yonder. Oh, there we go. Brilliant. and connect up over there. Fantastic. And we will continue construction of that as well, and assign some construction offices. Maybe we're spreading our resources just a little bit thin. However, I kind of like this. Everything looks busy. Everything is, you know, is building. We're actually a third of the way through the technical university already, which is not half bad at all. Still haven't figured out how to move steel around the place, but I mean that can be dealt with later. Anyway, we need to hook up our power. We need to hook up our power, and we are going to do just that. Now, we currently have, I think we've actually got one sort of main central transformer. Yeah, we got one main central transformer over here, but we also have a high voltage switch just behind it over here. And that splits off high voltage cable and takes it all the way down to, yeah, Kolgradsky over here. So if we're able to theoretically link up behind this area with high voltage cable, then we'll be good. Alternatively, could we not just use this existing high voltage cable that is already in place? You know what? We absolutely can. We absolutely can. Okay, so all we really need to do is take a branch off this high voltage cable and link up our cables. Cool. Okay, I don't suppose. Okay, that will actually work. Yep. So this is going to be, you know, a little bit pricey, but worthwhile, without a doubt. Let's ditch that. Let's get a high voltage switch. Flatten the ground a little bit. Link that up. Link that up. Link that up. Fantastic. Let's get it all built. Let's get that built as well. And then let's be on standby to turn off our import of energy. Now, we're not going to be turning off the import of energy everywhere, but, you know, it's at least a start. We need to make sure that we're getting more people into the power plant, and having one singular person, you know, come into the power plant and work is frankly a little bit embarrassing. How much longer is this construction going to take? Part of the problem is that yeah, we've got loads of buses that are going up to places where workers aren't actually needed. Let me tell you to go to the depot. Yeah, so I'm not gonna... To be honest, both these buses can go to the depot. We've got so many boards that we don't need to worry about supplying boards to any area at all. Okay. Cool. But this bus platform needs to do a little bit more to try and transport workers to where they need to go. And at the moment, it ain't transporting workers to where they need to go. Yeah. What we will do is I will prioritize the power plant over the prefab panels factory. So we'll set up a good ratio, which basically means anyone that comes in is going to go to the coal power plant first and foremost. Because there's only 20 people that actually work here, it's not going to make much of a difference, because at the moment we're only getting like 1 or 2 people in. However, you know, we will eventually get to a stage where we get more in. Also, interestingly, it looks like these workers are on the construction site, and they're doing great stuff, apart from the fact that I don't want them to be doing this stuff. I want them to be producing steel, as opposed to what they're doing right now. So I'm going to reduce the number of workers at the construction site down to about, I don't know, 10. Because apparently they're all just getting off the train and just chilling on a construction site for 12 hours before heading home. And that simply won't do. Alright, 7 it is. Same with the ore processing plant. Let's bring this right down, because we simply do not need this many people. Look, 135 workers are wanting to build this this ore processing plant. I appreciate the enthusiasm. However, I need you to be that enthusiastic about making me steel, frankly. We can't have all of our workers sucked up by completely meaningless projects. That's just not good policy at all. Okay, we are making a little bit of power. We are making a little bit of power. Are we importing less power? I don't know if it actually automatically... I don't know if it automatically adds our power to the mix, or if we need to reduce our external power power buy-in. Let me see if we reduce our external power buy-in. What's this, by the way? It's a bus. Don't care about a bus. Don't care about a train. Building on fire. That's already been dealt with. Thank goodness. Yeah, so let's see if we reduce our power buy-in. See if the production percentage will shoot up. That looks like it does. Looks good. Looks good to me. Yeah, looks not too bad. We will obviously still be importing power. Yeah, okay, so there's a direct relationship there. The production percentage mirrors, or inversely mirrors, the amount that's imported. So if I was to increase the amount imported, then the amount of power produced in my own power plant would decrease. So it's good that we've got that figured out. Now I need to be super careful about this bar here. We need to be super careful about having people to work in the power plant at all times. If we do not have people working in the power plant at all times, then there will be disasters. Disasters will happen. You know what? I'm just wondering, is it even possible for us to shorten the journey between the... I think it might be, actually. Shorten the journey distance between the bus stop and the bus stop over here. Because it is a long commute at the moment, so... Start off at the bus station, down this road, down here, around here, up to here. I think we can do better than that. I think we can do much better than that. If I build a bridge... Yeah, so something like that. Yep. How much will that cost? That'll cost me 3,000 rubles. I mean, that's an absolute steal. I'm gonna need to bridge that as well. Might as well. You know what? Might as well just keep bridging at the same height. Angle of connection is too sharp. Don't be a party pooper. Come on, you can do this, video game. There we go. Wonderful. And that's only going to cost me 6,000 rubles. Brilliant. Hill causing obstruction. Fantastic. Right, so just like that. Just like that, we're able to dramatically simplify our key commute. It's going to be much quicker now. Okay. We literally have one employee here. Literally one employee in at the moment. And we have buses with one worker arriving. I mean, that is worth frankly nothing to me. I need full and proper workers. The good news is that it's prioritized, so even if there's one worker, they're gonna go to the power plant. They're not gonna go to the, you know, stupid prefab panel factory or whatever. They're gonna go to where they need to go. How many buses do we actually have operating in this area? All related vehicles, 2. Literally 2. Okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this route and deploy it onto 2 other buses. 2 buses which used to be delivering people to the board manufacturing area, which is quite good. But now we're on our own power. We're on our own power. Where's our money being lost? Our money is being lost on food and meat. Okay, I mean, this is not good. We're going through a heck of a lot of food. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay, so we have literally just run out of power. Literally run out of power. And when power runs out, people start to riot. Okay, I'm very much hopeful that that situation will never occur again, because if it does, then we have to take, you know, remedial action pretty much immediately. The other thing that it might be worth me doing is seeing if there's any way to change... If there's any way to change the pickup point. What the heck is wrong with you? Just turn around. No. You're stuck. go to this platform then. Never really sure how you guys managed to get stuck, but that is what it is. Oh, brilliant. 20 workers in the power plant at the moment. We're only using a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of the power that we actually need to be using. But that's really, really good. I'm very, very happy with that, actually. That's a really, really big endorsement of the fact that, you know, things are actually working out. We're not importing a single bit of power, at least not on this side of the water. On the other side of the water, we are still doing that. I just wonder, is it possible to bridge across here? I say bridge across here, not in the sense of a literal bridge. I mean, how feasible would it be to build probably high voltage wire across? High voltage wire just gives us a little bit more flexibility. Also, you know, carries way more megawattage. I mean, cannot end above water. Will it put cables in the water for me? As in, will it put pylons in the water? Distance between poles is too far. Okay, so the answer to that question is undoubtedly no. You will not place pylons in the water. That doesn't necessarily mean that there is no way to cross. I mean, is there a... There's an area of land over here that has got pretty low water. How far will you actually stretch? You'll go that far. Distance between poles too far. You'll go that far. So you go about that far. That's about the max distance. So with a little bit of terrain modification, we can almost certainly cross this body of water. Not to mention the fact that we will want to build a bridge across here at some point. As I already talked about, you know, I want to connect both sides. It's just going to take... It's going to take a heck of a lot of energy and resources. We are missing oil at the moment. Are we perhaps not producing enough oil? Yeah, we're totally not producing enough oil. Well, that's... I mean, that's a great sign, to be honest. That is a good sign. That's exactly what we like to see. Can I just have a little look around, see if I can perhaps build a few more oil wells at the moment? Ooh, I didn't leave any pumping spots for additional pipelines. Okay, I mean, that's not fantastic, to be honest. Okay, but, you know, we'll just throw together a little something over here. There we go. And then we will set up some pumping stations in the middle here. To be honest, I think this is going to be rather overkill, to be frank, but that's okay. There. And yeah, we'll do that there. Cool. We'll ditch this pipeline and we'll connect this up there. I should always learn to at least try and elevate the pipelines. There's no disadvantage to doing it. There we go. As high as we possibly can. It's always a good policy. Okay. Right. So again, it'll cost a little bit of money, but it'll absolutely be worth it in the long run. Oh, you know what? You can just go straight. Knowing my luck, that will be the exact pipeline that I'm going to need to change at some point in the future. But that's a consideration for another time. Okay, and you can come over here. How much is this going to set me back? A couple of 100,000 rubles? I mean, this will guarantee that I will have more than enough oil capacity for the foreseeable future. Without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, get that built. Get that built. 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 Brilliant. I tell you what, I'm very, very, very chuffed with this, actually. This is all looking rather nice. Not to mention the fact that we're now producing our own power, which is really, really good. Okay. Okay, do that. Get that all set up. Cost me whatever it is, 200,000 rubles. We probably will not have power over here. Yeah, power over here is a little bit non-existent. we go. No matter. And we will split this off here. Not a power transformer, just a medium voltage switch, thanks. Did I do medium cable? Nope, just did the basic cable over here. We might not have enough power capacity in these wires, but I'm just going to assume that we do for now. It's probable that we do anyway. Distance between the poles is too far. Okay, brilliant, that worked. Get that all built, get that built, and get that built too. Fantastic. Okay, so that's going to be a tremendously large increase in the amount of oil that we're getting, actually. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. I don't think that we're going to have any worries about the amount of oil that we're getting now. I think that should really help keep us going for at least a little while. The coal power plant, this entire time that I've been chatting away, looks like it's had a fairly good experience. We'll zoom in on it. How is the aggregate storage doing of coal? Not too bad, actually. 300 workers. Holy cow, that's quite something. And it looks like our train is almost full as well. Yep, our train is almost full. Our steel train is almost full and ready to go. I like it. I like it a lot. That's really, really good. I suspect that we still probably need a little bit more coal. Maybe. And we're also starting work on this area as well, which is good, which is really, really good. The ore processing plants, that's definitely going to make a big impact. Have we finished building anything in this area? We're not doing too badly on the technical university front, and we're also not doing too badly on the Potatograd Flats front as well. All of the resources are on site. It's just a matter of finishing the buildings. You know what? Let's allow everyone to work. There we go. So allow everyone to work, and that will hopefully mean that construction finishes substantially quicker, given that it's just a number of work days that are required to get us across the line. Everyone in Potatograd seems reasonably happy. I did build a church. I built everything that everyone could possibly need. A couple of people are a little bit irritated about the fact that they can't get to a hospital, or a hospital's not within walking distance. And to that I say, whoever needed a hospital anyway? And maybe I can actually fix that. Certainly the access at Prefab Flat 7 is not great to the hospital, so let's see if I can build a footpath around the edge here to connect it up. There we go. Come on. Wonderful. Look at how fast this is. Brilliant. Alright. If I build that, will that allow people to walk to the hospital? No. No, it won't. No, it absolutely won't. However, the thought was there, and the thought must count for something, right? Look at this. Okay. A full team. A full team is hard at work on prefab flat number 8, which is brilliant. We still need a whole bunch more concrete, a whole bunch more steel, a whole bunch more boards, but that's okay. That's all going to be manufactured, and it's all being built. It's all being built in-house. It's all being built in-house, which is great. Absolutely great. Apart from this area, because we ain't got the gravel, unfortunately. We've not got the gravel to import into the concrete plant. Which is a bit of a bummer, but we've got one truck that's very, very hard at work doing what he needs to do in order to get that gravel. And honestly, this bridge right over the key infrastructure is making a big difference as well. 0 workers. So when there's 0 workers, there's no power. We need to be really so careful about this. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. So whenever we allocate people to work on construction projects in the city, or whenever they're picked up in order to be taken out of town to build this road, for example, then that inevitably means that there are fewer people that can be picked up at the bus platform, which means that I need to stay constantly on top of things and make sure that we always have the ability to import power. It's just too important not to have power in this area. It really is key. It really is key. I'm just thinking if there's a way around it. I think maybe changing the source that the construction offices draw from, that would certainly help to rectify this. I think. This is great. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. We're almost done with that one. Almost done with that one. Almost done with that one. And, you know, this is my most proud. This is the thing that I'm most proud of. The Technical University. The fact that this is an entirely home-built structure. I mean, it does require another 136 tons of steel, which is rather a large amount. However, it will eventually get built. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, and so that's added a whole bunch of extra workers to the system. Are we importing work? Are we still importing workers? What's happening? How did we get more workers? How did that happen? Did they move from somewhere else? That was interesting. Building is without a power supply. Okay, so firstly, it's because there's no workers at the Potatograd coal power plant. Yeah, this is gonna be a reoccurring problem, I feel. You know what? In a long-term view, I would definitely like to move my collection point from the central Potatograd bus platform. In fact, I could do that. I could move it to the Potatograd station instead. How would that work out? Maybe I set it as the station. Yeah, okay. Who's the... It's you. Yeah, so you currently take people from there. Okay, instead take from the station. Building is without a power source. Do you need a power source? I don't think you do. You definitely don't seem to, at least. Okay. So now that should free up the bus platform for transportation exclusively to the power plant. At the moment, I'm importing power from the border, and that's probably not going to change until I can at least guarantee a slightly more consistent delivery of people to the bus stop over here. The bus stop's still glitched out, but that's fine. Doesn't really seem to impact anything too much. Brilliant. Okay. Reduce that. Keep that up in the corner, just in case. Okay, that's looking much better. Much better. Seems like drawing people from the train station is a better idea. Also, we now have a bunch more workers, which is good, a very, very good sign. It means that we're going to be able to supply more people to a whole bunch of areas, actually. Importantly, the steel mill. Steel mill's going to see more employees. That's great. The power plant should hopefully have a more consistent supply of people. Why are all my trains not coming? Alright. Alright. Alright, I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I know I'm irritated about it, though. I know I'm horrifically irritated about it. Still not entirely sure why, but whatever. Okay. Are we almost done with this ridiculously long road that we've been building for at least the past 15 years? Why does it take such a long time? 67 people are now here. Okay. Let's get the road finished as swiftly as we possibly can. And then, you know what I'm gonna do? In order to try and speed up food deliveries, I'm gonna build it out of gravel. But it's gonna be built nonetheless. You know, a highway, which will eventually, hopefully, be able to be... Okay, fine, just build it. Ruble it. Okay. Hopefully, a highway that we're going to one day be able to convert to asphalt so that we can truly realize the speed, or the top speed of all of our lorries. There we go. Let's just get this built. Yeah, so this will double the speed. Double the speed that the lorries are able to travel at on their way to Potatograd in order to deliver food. Okay. And connect up there. Brilliant. Okay. The other thing that we need to bear in mind is that this road still isn't actually finished. It's going to cost me 10,000 rubles to finish it. And I need asphalt. Right, well, you know what? I do actually want to wait for that to happen because it's going to be a mighty expensive bill that I'm going to be forced to pay if I don't wait. So I'll just wait it out. And in the meantime, we can see if we can put in a temporary crossing. Yeah, I really am convinced that we're going to solve the food crisis. It's not a food crisis. Food delivery crisis? I guess food delivery crisis is a more apt way of putting it. Okay. No chance of a crossover here. This is just not looking good. It's not looking good. The way that this track is worked out. Too steep for an incline? Really? How on earth? How on earth? There we go. Okay, great. The way that this sort of track just worked out means that we don't really have much of an opportunity to put in any crossover, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, asphalt is being collected. That's brilliant. That's going to help us out. That's going to help us with the food deliveries. The power situation is now fully rectified. How are we doing with regards to imports? Import of resources, it's food, it's meat. Power is way down, as you would expect. Gravel is pretty darn high. However, that's probably because I built a whole bunch of gravel roads. Alcohol basically is sorted. I mean, we basically don't import any alcohol, so that's brilliant. That's really, really good. But food, we are just importing a heck of a lot of at the moment. I just wonder about that, actually. Are you a food truck? You're a food truck. Yeah. I wonder if it's worth us, rather than just delivering, you know, sort of half loads to the Potatograd shopping center, we have a couple of trucks who deliver bespoke loads to Potatograd shopping center. Let's give that a shot, shall we? Because I don't think that the production of food is too much of a problem, actually. It seems that we've got more than enough food being produced. We've got 164 tons of grain. As I predicted, the livestock range is, you know, is full now. So, you know, that'll just stay like that forever, really. Let's buy some covered hull trucks. The truck that we're after is this one. Buy 6. Sure, we'll buy 6. That may be a little bit too many, but that's fine. Right, Grainsky Food Factory. Wait until loaded. Fantastic. And then we will travel all the way over to the shopping center. Now, the shopping center has got space for 2 trucks. So we have to be fairly careful with this. I don't really want to wait until unloaded in here, just in case. We'll deal with that fire in just a second. I don't want to put wait until unloaded in here, just in case we end up getting 2 food trucks, sort of sequentially. And that'll mean that meat trucks and or clothing trucks can't get in. So that's something that I'm quite wary of. Let's copy you and paste, 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 paste. Okay, things are getting a little bit messy at the moment, but that's fine. There, there, there. Okay, cool. And ditch this, ditch this, ditch this, ditch this. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so that's a lot more trucks. We're going to get some similar trucks with regards to the refrigeration as well. The construction office, I'm not really bothered if this ends up going up in flames. However, it's obviously better if it doesn't. So therefore, we'll connect it up with a road. And what do you know? It all works out. Do we still need more gravel? I think we do need more gravel. However, I'd highly suspect that if we go and have a little look at the gravel storage over here, I suspect there's plenty. Yeah, there's plenty of gravel over here. Fine. Fine, 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 fine. Okay, so we've managed to spend about 1,000,000 rubles over the course of today's episode. There's a fire in the brand new building that I just built. Barely, you know, it's barely been up for 10 minutes. In fact, it's been up for even less than 10 minutes. All right, well, that will be rectified pretty swiftly, given that there is a fire station right next door, basically. So that's pretty good. Ditch that. Ditch that. And then that's also being dealt with. Wow. Well, that's fantastic. That's absolutely wonderful. Well, I'm very happy with that. Ditch that as well. Cool, 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 cool. So, where are you going? You can't get through to the Grainsky Food Factory. What's going on here? Why are you trying to... Oh, you're turning around to go get fuel. Of course you are. How could I forget? How could I be so silly to think that you might actually get food ready. You might actually get fuel before you head on the long country journey, but that's fine. Yes, I said that I was going to buy a similar number of meat refrigeration trucks. So let's buy 6 meat refrigeration trucks who are going to go directly from the slaughterhouse, load 100% of anything. That's right. And then they're going to go straight over to the Potato Grad Shopping Center. And that's pretty much it. There we go. Copy all that. And then get these guys to go as well. Cool. Brilliant. Yeah, I should have checked, by the way, that is the place that we're actually importing the vast majority of the meat, because I could be setting this all up. And in actuality, we're fine for meat over here. That might actually end up being the case. To be honest, I'd rather have an oversupply of food and an oversupply of meat than have anything else, because that means that we'll just keep our costs down. Yeah, so food is still continuing to increase, but I imagine that now the vast majority of food that is imported, it must be... Well, it can't be here. Or can it not be here? It could be here. It could be here. The Kolgradsky Small Shopping Center doesn't seem to be tremendously well stocked. But I guess that's okay. I guess that's fine. We can deal with that. And then we've also got the store in Kobe as well, which is... Yeah, these two. And these two will forever be importing resources, I would imagine. How are we doing on the oil front? The answer is not tremendously. Not horrifically. But not tremendously either. How many people are we consistently getting into the train station? 75 workers. I mean, that's about as good as we could really expect. It's a pretty small population town. We only moved 200 people across. We only moved 200 people across to come and work in the oil refining business. What we may need to do, though, is we may need to buy a few more trucks. Or do we? Is this... Are we just not... We're just not producing enough oil. Is it a power issue? Is it a power issue over here? Building is without power supply? What? I think it might be a power issue. Right, let me see if we go... I don't know what the drain on these... Yeah, so I think the answer to that question is it is a power issue. The reason that I think it's a power issue is that we don't have any voltage over here, even though we're importing a heck of a lot of megawatts. And there's very little wattage as well. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's enough. I don't think there's enough power. How much does it actually cost? 3.9 megawatt hours of power at maximum production. Max power consumption per day. Max wattage is 114 volts. Yeah, so I think we just need bigger and better cables. I mean, this is a good reason actually to investigate the possibility of bridging over the ocean with our own cables, because this is one of the areas that would, you know, sort of directly benefit from having more power. It's just that simple. And this is again why I wanted to get these big, high, heavy voltage pylons set up. Yeah, can't end above water. I mean, how... The problem is, though, how possible is it? How possible is it? Oh, I didn't mean to build those there. Right, well, I guess those are staying there for now. I mean, to be honest, it might not even be that difficult to do. Am I doing it now? This is only costing me a very minimal amount of rubles. That's probably a little bit of a short connection. Yeah, you know what? Let's give this a little bash. No idea if this is actually gonna work. Where's our nearest heavy voltage cable? Okay, let's actually see if this works. I mean, this is a little bit wacky, but kind of like it actually. Okay, don't auto build because I want to see how much this is going to cost me. And have I managed to set this up appropriately? There will actually be relatively few pylons here. Here we go. Yep. Distance between the poles is too far. Distance between the poles is too far. Okay, fine. We'll need to bring in a center pole. Oh no. Okay, fine. Okay, look, I guess we're committing to it. I guess we're committing to it now. I have absolutely no idea how much this entire thing is going to cost me, but fine. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're flipping doing it. That's good. It basically costs about 2,000 rubles per pylon and per connection, I guess. That's actually remarkably cheaper than I was expecting. It's actually way cheaper to build it on land. Yeah. Okay, where is the cable? It's over here. Do we just want to build straight over there? Or do we want to build to this connection right over here? I guess we just build straight. Cool. Okay, it's a little bit jumpy, jittery. Okay, cross over here. Keep costs down if I can. And it seems that building fewer pylons, what do you know, is way cheaper. So we'll try and sort of snake across this water in order to take advantage of, you know, as few pylons as possible. Brilliant. Okay, and then we'll just come all the way over here. I mean, this is going to cost me a very, very large amount of money. However, is it going to be worth it? I think it totally is. And if we do this, then it means that, you know, we can basically deploy our own power absolutely everywhere. Cancel that. It means that we can deploy our own power absolutely everywhere. And that's really important. There we go. Build that. Build that. Build that. And build that. Okay. It doesn't sort of explain how we power this area yet. The thing that we'll probably want to do is stick in a transformer here. And then just sort of work our way back. Yeah. There's a couple of different ways of doing this. What we could do, and what might be an idea to do, is just build high voltage all the way across to Kobe. Although I don't think that that's really what we're after. I think what we should probably do is stick down a transformer, a power transformer right here, connect it up, and then disconnect this wire. Yeah. Disconnect that wire there. And then connect up our own cable with much higher wattage. And then connect this in over here. And then just sort of allow this to feed back. There we go. That's gonna, you know, it's gonna leave a dent. Allow that to feed back all the way over to here. The thing is that we still need to import. We still need to import. And now what'll actually end up happening because of that. Building without a power supply. It's probably because we're still building at the other end, but that's fine. Yeah, I think we want to see if we can try and sever this connection, if at all possible. Let me see if I can get a medium voltage switch in over here, and a medium voltage switch in over here. Yeah, I'm not really sure if this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. Medium voltage switch, high capacity cable. Reconnect that, even though it really doesn't need to be reconnected. Reconnect that. Sure. Get that all built. And then let's reduce that. And so building is still without a power supply. Okay. Just keep importing power then. Still says it's without a power supply, which is somewhat strange because you should have a foreign connection at the moment. We are buying in power over here. Can I go and check on the cable construction? See if that's been built. And also, the thing that I should check, are we actually manufacturing power at this moment? Looks like that's all built. Looks like we've got a power supply over there. Brilliant. Have we got a power supply in the new transformer that we built over here? We've got a power supply over here. That's brilliant. Have we got a consistent... Looks like we've got a consistent amount of oil coming in. Looks like we've cleared the backlog as well. So that's good. It's just the power that we're supplying down this stretch of cable is either not enough or is disconnected somewhere. To be honest, it could be either. We've got power there. If I turn this off, we've still got power over here, which means that this has still got power. That's good. This does not have power. This does not have power. This does not have power. Ah, is it because I've left a single little bit of cable unconnected here? It is indeed. Okay, reconnect that up and everything works. Fantastic. Okay, so now, unbelievably, everything is running on a single power system. Can you actually believe that? So we shouldn't be importing any power at all. Power is off. All foreign power connections have been severed. Let me go and just take a little look at Potatograd to see if Potatograd can actually handle that power capacity. It looks like it can, to be honest. It absolutely looks like it blooming well can. That's fantastic. Because I mean, this is the best way to do it. You know, we're now no longer half paying for power as opposed to, you know, fully paying for power. We're just not paying for power at all. We're not paying for power at all, which is grand. Very, very happy. The only thing that could possibly stop us now is lack of coal. So that's something that we always have to be on the lookout for. How much steel do you have on board? 500,000 rubles worth of steel. That is brilliant. I'm thoroughly excited to see that ship sail in the next episode, because that is going to be a heck of a money spinner for us. That's going to be brilliant. 160 workers. That's good too. 96 workers waiting at the train station. The technical university is coming on like fantastically well. That's really, really good. Hopefully hopefully this... Yep, this area is looking pretty good too as well. This area is looking really, really, really good. The concrete plant is looking nice. The cement silo, don't know why I care about the cement silo at all. Don't know why I care about cement power plant. We're missing a little bit of coal. That's not good. We should be using a slight bit of coal. We probably just are not processing anywhere near enough coal. I suspect that's the case. Yeah, we've got 100% coal over here and 0% coal over here, which is why we want the coal ore processing plant to be done as swiftly as possible. But that'll slowly get built, especially now that we're moving people directly from the train station. So hopefully it'll work. What we can probably do, if I had to guess, 10 workers without a job, kindergarten places, electronics, sport. Okay, what we'll do is we'll bump up the number of people that can work at the ore processing plant construction site, just to ensure that we can get that done a little bit quicker, because that is rather a priority at the moment. Look at this. Look at this. It's the train of trucks. It's a train of trucks that I got. However, hey, look, we got a brand new bit of asphalt road all the way over here. How good is that looking? I mean, we still have $1.1 million, 1.1 million rubles actually. So that's really, really good. We're now consistently able to get a much better flow of traffic up and down from Potatograd to Grainsky and Kolgradsky. So that's looking good. The warehouse, supermarket over here, shopping center, that's not looking too bad. There was a fire. Let me go and look at this fire. Where is it? That's within range of the fire truck, isn't it? Yeah, that'll probably be fine. I say probably. The condition of the roads around here, a little bit messy. And by a little bit messy, I mean they're very messy. Very, very messy. But that's okay. Doesn't really matter for all intents and purposes. It's fine. What I'm really concerned with is the import of resources, and next month is really going to be the metric. Let me see if we can go from the 10th of October. Sure, 10th of October to today. It's only 5 days, but it gives us probably a little snapshot of where we are. If we extrapolate the data, times it by whatever it is, 6, then we'll probably get the true amount. And so that would put us on, sort of just over 1,000 per month in meat imports, just over sort of 3,000, 4,000, just over about 4,000 in food imports, about 600 rubles of clothes, barely any alcohol, barely any chemicals, and about 12,000 of fuel imports. So, I mean, look, the data's not conclusive yet. We'll have to see, obviously, what happens in the next episode. However, I can categorically say that these are now the only things that we're importing, and even these things are only being imported in very, very limited quantities. You know what we got to do in the next episode, ladies and gents? I mean, now that I've gotten over the hurdle of building a massive bit of power cabling across the ocean, I think we got to build a bridge. I think we got to build a bridge from that side of the land to this side of the land over here. I think that is absolutely what we want to do, and I very much hope, comrade, that you will join me in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.